Welcome back. I'm so glad that you managed to join me. We're going to be doing a technical analysis on Avalanche, and we're going to be looking at its utility coin, which is AVAX. Right, so in brief, pretty much its claim to fame is Avalanche has an advanced blockchain platform that promises extreme scaling capabilities and fast confirmation times. And what we have at the core with Avalanche is that it is built around a system of three interoperable blockchains. The exchange chain, which is known as X chain, the contract chain, which is known as C chain, and the platform chain, which is known as P chain. And very briefly, the X chain is used for the creation of new digital assets, whereas the C chain is Avalanche's Ethereum virtual machine, and the P chain is used for coordinating validators and creating subnets. And what is so special about Avalanche is that it can handle about 4,500 transactions per second. It's able to achieve a transaction finality in under 3 seconds. In fact, Avalanche is the fastest proof of stake in terms of time to transaction finality currently in the market. Now, Avalanche has been dubbed the Ethereum killer, and it is potentially Ethereum's biggest rival. And being compatible with the Ethereum toolkit, developers are able to easily port their Ethereum dApps to Avalanche and can easily launch a diverse array of decentralized applications on the platform. So these apps can run on their own independent Avalanche blockchain, giving developers more of a greater deal of control over how they are secured and function, as well as who can access them. The fact that you can bring over Ethereum toolkits over to Avalanche not only allows the developers to continue the development of these Ethereum dApps on Avalanche, but further create other dApps on the actual Avalanche blockchain. So it does come with quite a impressive scalability to it. All right, so let's just start getting into under the hood a little bit here. As we can see that Avalanche is ranked 24, so it is in the top 25. And we can see that, look, it came down almost about 4%. Its volume is down about 31%. And if we just have a look here, the last quarter, the fourth quarter of last year, you can see it's just been kind of traveling sideways there, just really not that much action, you know. And then come January, this thing just went completely went completely parabolic, got smacked down here, did a little bit of side action here. But what's interesting is you've almost got this megaphone pattern being played out, and you can tell that by the volatility. It just seems to keep increasing, and then completely broke down, came right round, and then again just went completely parabolic. It almost reached its all-time high, but just missed it, and then kind of smacked down a bit here, and then it seems to be consolidating a little bit here. And one thing I do want to have a look at is a lot of people have been talking about, is it alt season? Are we, in alt season month, or whatever the case is? So I just want to have a look here. This will just help tell us in terms of momentum, in terms of the altcoins, where we're at. All right, so I'll actually put this link in the description. So you got blockchaincenter.net here, and pretty much alt season index. And certainly we are in altcoin month, but however, we are still in Bitcoin season. And then we are in altcoin year index. So we are leaning towards altcoin year. And we carry on going down. I thought this was quite interesting. There's AVAX, and it's been the top 50 performer over the last 90 days. So the question is now, it did about 134%. Now the question is it out of steam? Is there more juice in the engine? And can we expect this to even go even higher? And that's what we're going to have a look at now. So let's get into the technical analysis. All right, so let's just quickly have a look here. Now, a lot of people actually assumed that this was going to be a head and shoulder, and then obviously look to completely smack down a bit here. Okay, now that is not the case. I actually want to show you something a little bit different. So if we have a look here, and we go take this down to about here, and we take this to about here, what you have is actually a falling wedge, and that is very, very bullish. Now if I take this and I put this over here, depending on how it plays out, but we'll put it over here, I am looking at a max target of about $80 for AVAX. So this is my max target. That's what I'm predicting with regards to AVAX. Now, it is bouncing very nicely in this falling wedge. We're expecting that. Now, if you want to be a little bit brave, you can wait for this to drop about here. Just wait for it to go slightly back up, and then you can enter your trade if you want. But technically, they can also play all the way down here. But that's one way to trade this. Another way to trade this is wait for it to get out of here and then start entering your trade. However, there's still a little bit of risk here because it could be a false breakout and then fall back in here. Okay, it's the same thing in here. You are taking that slight bit of risk, trying to bounce, and then this whole thing could completely actually just collapse and drop down. So understand there is a little bit of risk there. The safest play to do this really is actually to enter it here. Okay, now yes, this is at its second all-time high, but it is one of the safest places to enter. Now if you do enter there, you might question, okay, but I'm missing all of this profit here. Well, no, that's if you've been greedy. You've still got this whole profit section over here itself. So between there, yeah, you're missing half, but you're playing it safe and you're still making up that half with the chances of this still going up higher itself. So technically that would be the safest play if you are uncomfortable with these type of patterns, but ideally you want to watch it. I normally try and enter round about here. I actually want to wait for the breakthrough, the breakout, and then if there is a pullback, I typically try and enter because it does tend to bounce back up itself. So you want to look at that as a play. So I haven't found really many people or anybody really talking about this potential falling wedge. A lot of people that I could find was talking about this type of head and shoulder and then trying to crash down again. But as you can see, this is clearly forming a very nice falling wedge. So let me just clean up here a bit. There we go. Do all of that. Okay. So you are getting a little bit of that. So what you don't want, if I can just get this again, is this continuously testing, and then testing, because the problem is with this, it's continuously testing the floor, and if it continuously tests the floor, it's going to go down. All right. Ultimately, what you want is this to continuously test the ceilings. All right, you want to continuously test that. You want to continuously test that. You want upward direction, because the more it bounces up against the ceiling, it's going to want to break through and shoot up. Okay, so these are just some of the things that's playing. Like I said, it doesn't have to play this falling wedge. It appears to be forming a falling wedge pattern. I'm a pattern person. I love playing patterns. This is one of them that I do play, and I would look to enter, set up my entry literally here at 44 itself. Now, if this doesn't play out and it carries on doing a bit of a sideways action, then you need to just start looking where it's bouncing in terms of its ceiling or in terms of its floor. If it's bouncing more towards its floor, well, expect it to break, and it could start retesting here. Very similar to kind of like, what it did here. It was testing, it broke through, but then it quickly was a false breakout, and then it quickly got snapped back up. So you want to actually just watch that. Okay, a little bit of a mess here, but let me just clean this all up for you guys. Okay, all right, so that's typically how I play and look for those type of key indicators. Now, what is also very interesting is, again, you could see the 50-day moving average crossing over the 200-day moving average. So again, very bullish sign itself. So what I'm saying is this: it does not appear that momentum has actually stopped. with AVAX, it is potentially looking to play a very, very strong bullish move here. Again, drop down there and shoot back up. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what you should actually be looking for. Now, if it does break down, what I've done is I've actually put its floor over here, its trending line over here, because it could potentially look at retesting this again, bounce back up a bit, maybe test up there and try and just create this ladder effect going back up, snake its way back up there again. So as a maximum low, I'm looking at about 26. As a maximum high, I'm looking at about the 80 region itself. And if it breaks through that, guys, you're looking at $100 easy. But that's the max that I'm looking at. But I am expecting perhaps just very shortly, if it does break out, you will expect some of this type of action and then legging its way back up there. Remember, it doesn't necessarily have to play a straight line to that 80 mark, but it will look at bouncing and do a ladder up effect. I mean, nothing really does go in a straight line. So you could expect this going up over there as well. So again, let me just clean this up. It's just such a mess. We do that, do that, do that. Okay, so bouncing there, we're looking at here, perhaps test back up here, maybe come back down, test back up and up again. So this is very long-term bullish itself. So this is all very good signs for AVAX. And yeah, if you are trading AVAX, this is, you certainly want to start getting some of your money ready in terms of getting your position. And these are the positions I would look at getting into. Would be at 42, next one at 52, and the next one at 60. So what you're doing is laddering yourself up in that process if you want to do it that way. That's my price predictions. Currently 52, 60, 80, and with on the bearish reversal side, I'm looking at a max of about 26. If I just go to daily, all right, as you can see, it's just bouncing really nicely into this. So watch this pattern, and on the daily, grab that, very key. All right, that will help with momentum to break out of this itself, establish a bit of floor, shoot back up. All right, guys, so this is AVAX. Yeah, check it out. From a technical analysis, this is looking very bullish. And yeah, if you want me to do a complete fundamental analysis on Avalanche, please let me know, and I'll do a complete video on the fundamentals of Avalanche. Otherwise, I would like to thank some of the responses I did on the video yesterday with Digibyte. A lot of people did put in requests for me to review those coins, their coins. So I will certainly be doing that on Monday and Tuesday. But yeah, please guys, just comment in the section. Let me know what other coins you would like me to review and do a technical analysis on in terms of price prediction, whether you know, the project is looking to be bearish or bullish. But currently we seem to be in alt season month. So just look out for that. All right, guys. So this is Chris Trade. Yeah. Peace.